Puccini's Madama Butterfly is a classic that keeps attracting audiences because they know what they're going to get: love, unswerving devotion, and ultimately betrayal. But stage director Garnet Bruce also wants to challenge them with something different.
One of the great things about coming back to a masterpiece is that there are layers yet to be explored. So it could be a familiar drive, it's a familiar tune, but when you have different people, you learn different things and different aspects about the characters. Working this time with Madama Butterfly, LaTonya Moore brings an energy and a courage to the role. The courage that she has in her vocals and in her expectations. You'll see a moment when she's waiting for Pinkerton where she has that moment where we're all waiting for the phone to ring or somebody to call us back or someone to show up when we've been stood up.
The one standing her up is Benjamin Franklin Pinkerton, sung by tenor Theodore Ilinke.
I don't like the character. No one does. It doesn't matter because the music is so beautiful and someone have to sing it.
Pinkerton misleads Cho-Cho-san into thinking he's marrying her out of love. The story focuses on her passionate devotion to him.
I mean, you just feel for her. And so she brings all of that very much to the forefront. She's not as reserved as some other sort of porcelain goddesses, but she fulfills every moment of music and text with energy and beauty.
One difference from many other productions is this one casts 2 African-American women as Cho-Cho-san and her maid Suzuki.
Opera definitely calls for people to use their imagination. And fortunately, San Diego Opera has cast LaTonya and I being African-American females. Clearly we're not Japanese. So it forces people to use their imagination, and it forces us to really do a lot of character work. In the end, none of these stories are real, so we should be able to use our imagination.
Think about it. This is an opera sung in Italian about a Japanese geisha and an American naval officer. Realism is not what's first and foremost in anyone's mind. Instead, it's all about the emotions created by the combination of music and voice.
Opera has long been a place where the voice is first, and you find the best voice you can, and everything else we believe. So whether it's Leontyne Price or LaTonya Moore, we are going to believe because they sing and inhabit the words and the music so well to a place where we suspend everything else. We're embracing the diversity that we have amongst our chorus and amongst our society. I want the honesty emotion to happen. So the honesty is really what's important to me about the characters and the way that they move and relate to one another, because I think that tells the best story.
Opera is also about scale. The set for Madama Butterfly delivers on that larger-than-life sensibility.
There are no 25-foot shoji screens in life. Cherry trees usually don't grow to 40 feet tall, but we have them on an operatic stage so that we have something of the scale of the emotion.
But there's also a sense of elegant Japanese simplicity.
There is a minimalist quality to this set. However, there are many panels that are being moved back and forth across the stage, and I, being the maid, am in charge of a lot of that movement.
The set is basically a white scrim, and so working from the world of Japanese watercolor, you're starting with a blank page. And so with our lighting designer, Chris Rinn, we're able to add levels of color, sometimes in a pastel, sometimes in a washed out, and sometimes with a pure saturated color, a red or an orange or a blue or a purple. And so the set is like a chameleon, and it changes for the additional moods and emotions that Puccini put in the score when you hear the different textures of the orchestra, which is why you should see and hear an opera in the building, because you get both the top and the bottom of the sound wave with its visual component.
In other words, San Diego Opera's Madama Butterfly serves up the whole package. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.